I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and they're as good as gold. I love them.
Well, with me, ever since I've been hit with the cancel culture a bunch of times, I think twice, but
Times comedians took what culture, ripped it apart, and left the pieces for the crowd to laugh at, kicking things off with Beer Dose, who delivers a fiery takedown of privilege and performative activism with zero apologies getting. Watching this unfold is like watching someone argue against gravity while standing firmly on the ground, but his next...
And we just got privilege last week. It's very exciting. Now in the West, you've had privilege for years. You've taken offense to another level. Like, Americans can get offended on other people's behalf. So it's a very American thing. I'm offended for you. What you went through is so stressful, I'm going to take the day off.
Line lands even harder, and no one sees it coming. This is the kind of absurdity that doesn't just make you laugh, it makes you wonder why we're even here in the first place. If you thought for Doss's critiques of woke absurdity were sharp weight into...
That's a word I learned, woke. That's the reason I travel, to learn new words. It's not to expand my audience. I'm Indian. My audience is expanding as we speak right now. I asked a college kid, I'm like, what does it mean to be woke? She was like, to be woke means to realize, to recognize, to organize, and then to vocalize. That describes everything from a book club to a Nazi rally, all right? I want to be one of these comedians who can write woke jokes for woke people. I've tried. Do you want to hear them, yeah? Knock, knock. Well, if you need to hear the sound of somebody's voice before you let them into your apartment, what does that say about your elitist privilege, huh?
See Samuel Bade handle a heckler who thought interrupting was a good idea. Spoiler, it wasn't. It's very special kind of confidence in interrupting a comedian with a take as flat as week-old soda. It's almost impressive but Sammy doesn't miss a beat, and what follows is pure comedic justice. Why? Trying to dictate what's real.
It's good. What's that?
He said you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I'm just going to repeat what he said, and I'm not lying. He said you need to stop picking on people and start telling real jokes. What? Now,
Why are you applauding yourself?
My brother. Okay, look. I'm a person, you're a person. I'm talking about real majoring in math. Did that. Palestinian Jewish roommate. Did that. Family from Beirut. Did that. This is all real brother. This is all real. This is my life. This is my life. You don't like talking about race? You don't like talking about race? Is that your thing?
It's the cheap way out.
It's the cheap way out, man. Well, you know what? Race is a reality to me, man. And it's a reality to most people. And I'm making light of it. I'm making light of it, bro.
At a live show is embarrassing for everyone involved, but at least the audience got their money's worth. I won't pick. Show expecting a TED Talk and leave with a lesson in humility instead, but that's just the beginning.
Why would the majority of the crowd be booing you? If it's... Did I have a turban? No, I do not have a turban. However, I will say, okay, look, you had a turban growing up, I didn't. Is that what you're saying? I get mistaken for being Indian all the time, and it annoys me too because there's a difference, bro. People are like, you're Indian. I'm not Indian. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. That one's for you. That one's for you.
Dead.
There's nothing wrong with being Indian. All right. You want me to get up?
No. I'm not stopping you. I'm stopping you. You are handled. Let him finish his set. Thank you. But that was
Ricky Vast dives head first into the heated debate on gender pronouns, delivering a brutally honest take that's as hilarious as it is. Few things are as...
I won't pick on anyone. I won't do any more racial jokes, okay? I'm just saying my best friend is Indian, so it's an arranged friendship, and we're very close. And I was born here in Oakland, and I was raised in Fremont. Fremont, it's a lot like Oakland, less urban, more turban, if you know what I mean. And that's, thank you so much. My name is Samuel Bade. This is real. This is real.
Is tackling modern pronoun culture, but Ricky Jazz doesn't just take the risk. He doubles down. It's a masterclass in saying what everyone's thinking but no one dares to say. And just when you think it can't get sharper, Ricky's punchlines hit even closer to home. Now it's the old-fashioned meaning. The punchlines are already built in, leaving the absurdity completely...
Women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh God, you know the ones with wombs. Oh, those dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and they're as good as gold. I love that.
And trust me, this isn't even the most awkward moment you'll see today. Watch as Gilbert Got Fried tackles cancel culture with his signature fearless style prov that comedy is at its best when it refuses to back down. Bunch of times I think twice, but I do it anyway. Cancel culture's obsession.
The old-fashioned with it, and now the old-fashioned, they go like, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady? Well, his her you bigot. What if he me? What if she you? You turf.
Advertising language feels like rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship, pointless, performative, and oddly hilarious when you stop to think about it, and it only gets more hilariously uncomfortable from here. There's a certain absurdity in censoring words while expecting people not to mentally fill in the blanks. It's like putting up a do not enter sign and leaving the gate wide open, completely pointless.
Is going to weather this epoch? Are we going to have comedians who walk on eggshells? Are comedians going to fear the woke mob? Will they be less funny? Will they be less edgy? Or will they look at this as an opportunity to make even more headlines?
Well, with me, ever since I've been hit with the cancel culture a bunch of times, I think twice, but I do it anyway.
Just when you thought the conversation couldn't get bolder, cancel culture never sleeps, and neither does Chappelle's razor sharp, where what follows is both hilarious and brutally honest. It's hard to tell if it's accountability or just desperation. Honestly, this level of...
It's very strange how there are certain words. It always made me laugh when people say, use terms like the F word, the N word, the C word. And I'm thinking, well, when you say those terms, the person hearing it is saying it aloud in their head. So...
Guess who it is I'm doing an impression of. All right, let me get into character. You gotta guess who it is, though. Okay, here goes. Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're finished. Who's that? That's you. That's what the audience sounds like to me. That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst I've ever tried to entertain in my life.
And that's my therapist, Helen. I've been with Helen for about 4 years. And we get into arguments. Like, I'll fight with Helen because, like, she just tries too much, like, too new age of ideas. It's not practical. This is when I knew, like, I have to find someone else, is when she asked me what my astrological sign was in the middle of a set. Like, my therapist was like, what's your star sign? I was like, Helen, come on. We can't both be mentally ill, you know? It's gotta be... We're just two crazy people yelling at each other now. We don't need to be in an office. She's like, you're an Aries. And I was like, you're good, Helen. You're good. You can